Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Tonight we are talking about why are your contacts always missing contact information. And I want to share with you two of the most common scenarios that I see when it comes to contact information and why those contacts aren't always filled out. And so let's take a look at the most common one that I see for those people that are using and starting their matters in Clio Grow, right? Next, we'll look at some in Clio Manage. But if we're starting our matters in Clio Grow, then it's very common for us to be on the phone or get a new email. And we go ahead and click on this quick intake, right? That's the easiest and fastest way to start a new matter. Maybe we're on the phone with someone, and so we start typing in their name very quickly, and we try to see that we get that in there. We skip through a lot of this stuff because maybe we are going to ask them to send us an email, or maybe they already did send us an email, so we're not going to worry about that. We got the caller ID for the phone number, so we're not going to ask them about that. And we're just going to move through this really quickly because, of course, they're going to start telling us why they're calling. And that's where I'm going to put in the matter note, right? This is why they're calling. And frankly, we don't always prioritize getting that contact information, right? Let's see, this is why they are calling. And so we want to make sure that goes in here as the initial call note, which works well. But again, we don't have that contact information, right? We're very quickly trying to start that matter to make sure we don't miss anything. We're getting a lot of detail about what they're calling about, why they're calling, but we don't always prioritize that contact information. So what happens is we go ahead and start the matter, right? So I'm going to pretend like this matter is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and create the matter. And now I have a place where I can put some notes, I can collect some documents, I can make a task, all that kind of stuff is great. But I don't always go back to the contact who's down here, by the way. And you'll see I've got no email, I've got no phone because I'm trying to soak it all in while they're talking, right? And I don't always get to that, or our team doesn't always get to that. And then we think, okay, well, we'll go get the email address out of the email or whatever. And we don't, right? We move on. Something else gets very urgent. We move on. We don't take it out of the email account. We don't take it off of the caller ID. We don't get that information in there. And then what happens? It moves over into manage. Other people are trying to find that information and it's just not there. Okay. That's a pretty common scenario. Now, even if you're not using Clio Grow, what I see happen in Clio Manage is we'll come in here and we'll say, okay, well, we have to start a new matter. And so we'll say create new matter. We'll start filling out all this information. Well, one of the first things it asks us about is who the client is, right? So if I'm trying to represent Goofy here, I start searching and we don't have a contact named Goofy, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and add a new contact to Goofy. Well, that can work, right? Goofy, I don't know what his last name is, frankly. So we're going to use that. But what happens is it gives me one email address, right? And so I go ahead and put in Goofy for my email address. But here's the thing, it doesn't, on this particular form, it does not give me the opportunity to say, is that a work email? Is that a home email? I don't know. I put in a phone number, same thing. I don't know if that's a work phone number or a home phone number or a cell phone. I didn't mark it down here, right? There's no opportunity for me to put that in here. So I can go ahead and save that contact, and I'm going to go ahead and save that and create that matter as well. But here's the deal. I still don't know, right, that detail of his contact information. I still don't have that level of detail. Maybe I got the email and phone number, but again, I still don't have that detail. So I'm going to save this matter and create it. But how often am I going to go back here? And again, the default is it's other. Well, other phone number and other email really doesn't tell me much, right? So I always think I'm going to come back here and do it, but do I? Probably not, right? So what I would encourage instead is when you are in Clio Manage and you're trying to create a new matter and you're trying to make sure your contacts have contact information, don't start by creating the matter, right? Go to create new and create a new contact. That's going to give me this more in-depth form that allows me to put in, is it a work email? Is it the home email? Is it a cell phone? Is it a work phone? Like, what is it? We're going to get the opportunity to put in much more detail in this form if I add the contact first. And then that way, when I go to create the matter, that contact will already be there to choose from. I find if I follow this workflow, my contacts have a lot more information in them because of course those fields are triggering me to think about it, right? If I don't have that field staring me in the face, I don't always think about it. And so I want to make sure that I'm getting my contact information there as much as possible because of course that's what's going to allow me to not have to search through my emails every time or not have to ask the responsible attorney all the time who's the judge, what's their phone number. All that information can be saved very securely to be shared in Clio. So give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have questions. If you're looking for more tips and tricks like this, join us at Streamlined Legal Plus, where we are sharing all kinds of information with you all the time. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a great evening.